Hello YouTube land, I'm Sarah and this is another adventure of being Sarah, and I've tried to record this several times. I keep missing out. It happens every single time. I don't know why I'm surprised. At this point, I'm not. Anyway, this is not going to be a long video, which you can already see from the timestamp in the YouTube video if you're watching this. If you're not, then whatever. So I am not even going to show you Guardians because I'm not done with Guardians. There's backstitch in the middle that I'm not done with because I was evidently really tired this past week. So a couple days I took a nap at 7:30 after work and woke up at 6:08 in the morning. Yeah, I guess that was a really long nap. And then yesterday it was mandatory Saturday, so I went to work and I think the system was tired of us because 4 minutes to when we were supposed to leave, the system started spinning, and it's like, yes, it would like us to go away now. And so afterwards, around 4:30 or so, I decided that I would lie down because my foot was kind of swollen. The left foot felt very swollen, so I lay down because that sometimes helps. And it was 9:30 when I woke up. Oh well. So that just means I don't get a lot of stitching time. The reason why I'm coming on here today, I'm a minute and a half into my video, there's three reasons. There's a thing that's starting today. A new Flosstuber who's only, I think he's been around 2 or 3 months? I don't know. My sense of time gets a little wonky now. But he hasn't been around for very long. He does have some videos out. He has issued a challenge and a question, so I'm going to answer that. And then I have something to address about my last video. So first things first, and in that order, which is paraphrasing a Whovian thing. If you know what that is, go ahead and put that down in the comments. There's the thing that's starting today, and it was originally supposed to start on. I keep bumping the laptop stand, so if it moves around, that's what that is. Because there's a little handle thing that's right on that sticks out about that much from the table part. Oh well. Anyway, so that's in case you see the shaking. It was originally supposed to start on September 1st, and everybody was like so excited about it, so they moved it up to today, August 12th. And it is the CGS Peace on Earth SAL. So I'm really excited about starting this because even though this is not my style, this is not the normal, not normal for me. But there's a big ass bird. This big ass bird is right there, and it's awesome. So yeah, I still have to figure out my fabric, so I haven't started it quite yet. Plus I really want to finish Guardians, get that out of the way, and it can sit until September, and then I'll pull it back out and I'll try to stitch as fast as I can. Anyway, so I have Fancy Floss. I've picked and chosen parts for Fancy Floss. Some of it I'm not sure of, and then I have my box over here of regular floss to go through and pull out the rest of it. Yeah. So this will be really pretty once I actually get it all stitched and the like. I don't know what it'll look like because I don't even know what fabric I'm using. Because I was like, ooh, I'll use that gray. And I'm like, wait, is the gray going to show up? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so on to the next topic, which is the answering a challenge and question from Stitching and Sound Kyle. Which I will link the video that he issues said challenge, and of course you can find his channel from there. I'll answer the question first because, you know, I'm going to draw it out as long as possible. But the question was, he's thinking of doing sort of an informal thing he's calling Shoot the Stitch. And to answer the question, yes, if you would like to shoot the stitch with me, I would be definitely happy to do that. Just let me know. You can find me on Facebook or comment or whatever. Because they're doing away with the messaging ability on this place that we are. And so yeah, and I had filmed this video before, and I realized I misspelled his last name. I can say his last name. I could say his last name before he said it in the video. I'm just saying. That is a challenge to pronounce Reckemeyer. So it's Stitching in Sound, Kyle Reckemeyer. I aced your challenge. And so there's your challenge. Okay, so the last thing that I want to address is I didn't get any comments on my last video, but I did get 1 thumbs up, yay, and then 2 thumbs down, which, okay, I'm not mad at the thumbs down, I'm not pressed, I'm not upset, I'm not whatever. I mean, it hurt my feelings for about like 30 seconds thinking, somebody doesn't like me. But that's an instinctual, sort of thing. There was no comment saying why they disliked it. And I have to assume the reason why they gave me a thumbs down is because of my comments on the Stand for Freedom. Because I have distinct feelings, ideas, whatever, notions. I'm not sure what the word is to use here. But there are definite set in stone reasons why I'm changing the words, and you're not going to get me to stitch it as is. So I did say don't comment down below if you're going to try to, well, basically bitch about me changing the words. Sometimes I forget what I'm going to say when I'm doing this. And I don't edit, so you get the whole thing. Hence why I'm recording this again, because I had the wrong spelling. Anyway, you would think that, oh, well, that's kind of controversial, and why didn't you edit that part out as long as you were editing the video or having the boyfriend edit the video? Well, because I'm sticking to my guns on those. This is one of those things that this is the reason. I mean, there are certain things that I've talked about or wanted to talk about that they're touchy subjects, and you can't say stuff nowadays, certain things, or whatever, or people get triggered, or whatever it is. And so sometimes it's a little hard to talk about whatever it is without like specific situations, which I can't go into in a short video. Anyway, so it's like, well, how do I say this without saying it, but I still have to say it, blah, blah, blah. Well, with that one, I don't care. It is what it is, and I will say what I have to say, and I will stand by that, and I'm not backing down from that. And so that's why I left that in. The part I cut out, which was the last 7 minutes, I'm like, just here, I'm going to chop it off here and then tack on intro, outro. The reason for that was, being chopped off was because the situation had changed. I had ordered something, and then it took a long time to get here. This is the very short version, by the way. And I've been going back and forth with the LNS, the not L, but the NS. It was a local needle workshop. Well, not local, but you know what I mean. I had ordered something online, and it's been like nailing Jello to a wall to get my beads. One pack of beads. I'll go into this later in another video. But I was complaining about the fact that it had been X amount of time since the last time I had heard from them. I still don't have my beads, blah, blah, blah. And then the same day that I filmed the video, they contacted me. I'm like, ooh, yay! Okay. Wait, so this whole section just doesn't even count now? I wonder if the boyfriend can edit that whole section out. Just do away that section. So, yay. And that's the only reason why that part was edited out. So, I'm rambling to illustrate the difference of why that part was left in versus that part was taken out. It has nothing to do with, oh my gosh, I'm so anxious about this, or anything like that. Sometimes I get like, oh, I don't know if I should have said that, but, in this case, I did. Anyway, so I got a thumbs up and 2 thumbs down, and there was no comments in the bottom saying this is why you got thumbs down. I can only assume, and we all know what assuming does, but I'm just going to assume that the people didn't like the fact that I'm changing the words on Stand for Freedom, and I have my reasons for it, and you're not going to be able to change my reasons. But they didn't comment it. And I assume that also had to do with the fact that I said, I don't want any comments down below of trying to change my mind. They didn't. That's not the same thing as leaving a comment, leaving a comment of, I disagree with your changing the words, so I'm going to give you a thumbs down. That's different than, oh my gosh, you have to do it as is, blah, 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 blah. So I understand why there may not be a comment, but it's a little annoying not knowing why you have the thumbs down. And yeah, it did hurt my feelings for about 30 seconds if 2 people don't like me. But then it's like, wait a minute. It doesn't mean anything. The thumbs down, when you give a thumbs down on a video, it doesn't mean anything. Not really. It just means, I don't like this. But it doesn't tell you what part you don't like. Is it the person? Is it their voice? Is it the subject matter? Is it something they said? Do they curse and you didn't like that? It doesn't tell you. It doesn't give you any information. And you're probably like, wait a minute, you said it doesn't bother you, but you're rambling and bitching about this for the past, I don't know, few minutes. No, I'm explaining. There's a difference. As I said, thumbs down do not matter. And the reason why is I'm not monetized. I'm not going to monetize. So it doesn't matter in the least little bit. Not that the actual thumbs down matter at all for the actual monetization. The actual monetization is based off subscriber count, which you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, and watch time, which you have to have. When they changed this, it went to, you had to have 4,000 hours of watch time, not minutes, hours. Which I don't know if they're going to, if that's going to update to each calendar year or whatever, but if you have 10 videos that are an hour long and blah blah blah, this many people watch them, a couple hundred people watch them all the way to the end, then you can totally do that. But I'm not under any delusion that I'm ever going to have 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 or millions of people that watch me or enough watch time. So I'm not pressed trying to get to monetization. I mean, it would be nice, but I'm not going to worry about it. So that means that portion is not a concern. why is the thumbs down no longer is not a concern for me? Because the thumbs down has to do with engagement. Now, the engagement sort of impacts your watch time, how many people can view it, not can view it, but how many, okay, I'm sort of rambling a little. Bringing it in. Okay. So YouTube is interested in engagement. Engagement means how much you interact with somebody and how much they interact with you in your video. So when you subscribe to somebody, when you unsubscribe to somebody, well, that's sort of negative engagement. But when you subscribe to somebody, when you leave a comment, when you reply to a comment, when you reply to a reply of a comment, when you like a comment, when you dislike a comment, when you heart a comment, when you like a video, when you dislike a video, as in the thumbs down, that all goes to engagement. Engagement is important because you get put in like the right, like I'm looking at, or I'm thinking of the way that the recommended thing comes up. Anyway, so like you're more likely to get recommended to other people, like in the homepage of YouTube, or as recommended, and or on a search or whatever it is. There's a whole thing with the trending thing, blah 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 blah. Anyway, whenever you do anything, thumbs up or thumbs down, you're adding to the person's engagement, which means that they could get seen by more people, which if they have it monetized, it's more likely that'll add to their watch time, blah, blah, blah. But I don't monetize. I'm not going to monetize. So I don't care. So your thumbs up, or not thumbs up, your thumbs down, all you've really done is hurt my feelings for about 30 seconds. And then I'm like, I don't know who these people are. So that's why I'm addressing this, because people seem to think that putting the thumbs down is like a big deal or some shit like that. And it really isn't. So I'm going to upload this. I rambled a little more than I had anticipated and rambled in the previous video. Oh well, because I don't really entirely remember what I said there. So I don't know when I'm going to come back again, but I'll have things to show you and show you the results of the Jessie Marie Does Stuff Sal. Hopefully I will be able to get lots and lots more done on Face of Fairy 161. I should have the Guardian Sal all done. Hopefully I will have the ornaments done, because I'm running out of time for that. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.